Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I haven't drawn before yet. There we go. I'm fully aware that I'm posting much more often. I'm very much happy that TikTok is around in the moment, most because it helped. It has like a little pause thing for different things to happen or something. In E. Oh, hi. She's just a little sweet little girl. Okay, God. Yeah, when I'm quick all these. And quickly do something. Not quickly mute myself real fast. Yeah, okay, I'm just quickly back. I'm just quickly multitasking. Oh, hi. I forgot the little nose on here. I'm in so many fandoms, I literally lost count. I might be in 20 or 30 now. I forgot. Seriously, Adam. Seriously. Gotta quickly do a quick little reply. Okay. Nothing. The fact that I'm actually posting a lot more often, mostly because of, well, having a TikTok account for me to better upload thing. My wording is weird. And also these little drawing streams very much help out a lot. Two would make a wonderful bride. The fabulous. My friend is questioning me and I fucking love it. Well, hi. And now Harry is the groom. Hi. Yes, you very much are a small boy. I am still also confused about that. Because you are mine and only mine, and you know this. You only mine. Ooh, got another subscriber. Nice. Yay. I'm very much happy that I'm only making content that I want to make. Not content people are just like, yeah. True. Ha ha ha, very funny. Now I'm just gonna quickly draw for getting some brushes. I very much now had canon that all the algebraians love getting brushed. It's like, ooh, it feels so good. Ooh, it's so cozy. I'm gonna go sleep now. Please. Ah, yes, getting all the brushes. All the brushes. Because brushes are... I don't know.
Ooh, that looks good. But the animatronics on the cameras look really sick. The event cameras in particular have some fantastic frames, with the super harsh lighting on very metallic looking designs. Captain Feathersword, which is its pirate animatronic, also based on an existing Wiggles puppet, also has some great camera frames, and a good majority of his look pretty freaky. Going back to the office, I have to talk about the hallway. In most FNAF games, if an animatronic is in a hallway close to your office, that usually means that they're a single phase away from attacking you. This is because most FNAF games are 2D, so having actual movement in the hallways is usually just not possible. I am so used to this in fan games that when the animatronics in the hallway started slowly walking towards me, I was not prepared for it in the slightest. The amount of pressure this game builds when you have two threats slowly walking towards you on either side, and you never truly know when they're ready to strike, is crazy. You don't feel someone at the closest point in the hallway either. They walk right into the office. There's some other cool visual related stuff in the game, but it's kind of parts of the gameplay, so we'll talk about it when we get there.
Ha ha ha, very funny, no.
The sound design in Phobia. Sound design is rarely an aspect of a game I give an entire section dedicated for, but it's genuinely so good here that it's totally worth talking about.
What's left of Club Penguin? No, that's not what I asked you. That's the title of the series' first video. Made a little over a month after the shutdown of the original Club Penguin, Near Human Intelligence made a horror enemy showing a world of complete anarchy and desperation that would later evolve into its own multi-season series, only for it to seemingly disappear, having gone dark for over 2 years now. And that's after a 3-year hiatus right before that. But what happened to the series? It was pretty popular, fans loved it, so what shut down the shutdown? Well, let's leave that at the end. For now, we'll be diving into...
sweet, please. I'm just drawing what I'm wanting to draw. And I sometimes take a little requests. But your profile picture is already a light bulb. This main drawing is what I can remember from Aerie. I sometimes do actually watch the series one, but I rarely know anything of it. Just the fact that objects very much get kidnapped, get new names, blah 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 that. The fact that I'm actually kind of helping for an object show, but the fact is that we haven't fully started production yet, and I'm still waiting for the green light. It's taking forever and starting to get kind of annoying.
It would appear as if your friend has been turned into daylight.
Oh my god!
I may be of assistance here.
Daddy!
Greetings, friends.
Daddy! What were you doing in my van?
Oh, you didn't ask!
Daddy! Seriously, stay out of my van!
You called for my assistance, KO? Still in the store. I have the perfect idea for a project.
Daddy!
I just so happen to be the world's best substitute, KO.
Really?
I am uncomfortable. How I love to.
Okay, go bye. Let's see. Huh?
Hello, KO. I heard your internal monologue.
Like an Alpha very much fits 8 a lot. It fits them.
Oh, look how they massacred Where's my boy?
Hmm.
If you were growing up in the mid-to-late 2000s, there's a pretty good chance you sat glued in front of your TV, hanging with not just any squad, but the squad. The Backyardigans are these friendly animals who go on ambitious adventures through the power of imagination. It was wholesome and fun, and if you hated these guys, I don't trust you. With good vibes spreading in every direction, this kept the attention of preschoolers for the 9 years it aired on TV. While the Backyardigans waved farewell in 2013, they just made a surprising comeback on the show's official YouTube channel. There's only one problem. No one asked for this. Uniqua, Pablo, and Tyrone have been redesigned from the ground up with a more simplistic look. While they still have similar outfits and color schemes, it looks like they got a lame coat of YouTube kids' face. As they sing the Castaway song, they reenact what it's like to survive on a deserted island. Fans aren't happy though. Maybe it's the butchering of the classic designs, or the stiff animation that somehow looks worse than the animation from the 2000s. Either way, it feels like a step in the wrong direction. It's also only the beginning. Over on LinkedIn, here's what one of the reboot's producers had to say. Janice Burgess, I hope we do you proud with this series. You influenced an entire generation of kids and left your thumbprint on the world of children's entertainment. This one is for you. I am honored to have been part of the reimagining of the Backyardigans discography for Nickelodeon and Nickelodeon Animation. Here is the first song of the series, Castaway. The Nick team on this project is so insanely talented, thoughtful, and fun to work with. They have made this series so special, and I cannot wait for you to see what they do. But at the end of the day, this Backyardigans return is a painful reminder that none of our childhood cartoons are safe. It just looks like anything else we find for YouTube kids animation, and that makes me disappointed. What do you think, though? Do you like the new designs of our heroes? Or would you...
Dana? Dana? Marco? Where are you? Dana? Marco? Over here. Marco, are you okay? Better now without that table on me. There's the tower.
Hmm.
Looks like get your stuff on your side of the counter. Is it that hard to just be a little organized? I'm organized. My mess is here, and, well, that's pretty much my system. Huh? What's wrong with this thing? Better check under the hood. Oh, no. Have you seen my charger? I know it's around here somewhere. Where did you last see it? Where is that stupid thing? Stop. Calm down. This is why you gotta get organized. See, with my system, nothing ever gets lost. Nothing's ever out of place. This is serious. You have to recharge wands with magical energy. If it goes to Skull, it will be dead forever. Can't you just buy another charger? Oh, of course. They sell them at QuestBuy. QuestBuy?
It took me a while, but once I figured out they were using the metric system.
Look out, Marco! They're still talking to the charger!
Yes, I got it! Finally, evil is in the palm of my hand! Princess Blast your face off! Spinning dizzy deathmatch! What's
magic wand and she became the next queen of music. Eclipsa has been found guilty of crimes against humanity. However, the Magical High Commission has also been found guilty. You blasted me!
Can't do this, Meteora.
This should all be ours! They stole it from us!
So what? We're just going to destroy it all.
Something like that. Stop. You're on their side!
Black velvet ether.
Mommy?
Yes, Papa, no.
No. Eclipse's monster love Gladgore. She's going off to be with you. I've been trying to tell you for months. Anyway, see you around.
Now, Star, this wand is a big responsibility. If it falls into the hands of evil forces, the universe could be destroyed.
Dun, dun, dun.
No one's at their best when they're distracted. Finally, I'll get my hands on the glorious one.
There isn't much to do. Okay, back to this.
Art, the internet can be a great place to grow a following. It offers avenues to share your creations and accrue a following based on your vision. A lucky few even manage to make a living online just from posting their art. But on the flip side, some find themselves struggling with their platform. Accusations of irresponsibility are all too common. Not to mention an overwhelming amount of criticism for your art that you never would have seen if not for accumulating a following in the first place. Today, we'll tell the story of Puppy Chan, an interesting individual who many online have taken an acute interest in, both for her funny and sad moments, to see if we can learn a lesson about her fall from grace and disappearance. Autumn joined Twitter in June of 2016 when she was just 13 years old. The young artist lived in a religious household, with her family being Jehovah's Witnesses. This was oppressive to the point that her mother viewed talking animals as satanic. If that wasn't bad enough, she struggled to make friends. Her self-described autistic behavior led to constant bullying. That made the site a refuge for her to express herself. She vented about her identity, as well as posting drawings from her iPad. That attracted an audience as she was surprisingly quite talented. Her art was fluid yet detailed, with a good sense of colors. It was imperfect in a very charming way. The earliest to go viral were a series of furry champion stalker drawings, but she quickly accumulated an audience, reaching 5,000 followers by late 2017. Eventually, she introduced her own original characters. The most notable were a lesbian couple named Tammy and Magna. The former was trans, which she used to discuss the subject. Even early on, there were signs Autumn wasn't quite able to handle the platform she had been given. She contemplated deleting the account in light of this attention. 2 days later, she asked what they liked about her and received an influx of compliments. The endless validation was addicting to the otherwise isolated young artist. In the first 2 years, her account had just 4,000 tweets. By January of 2018, that number rose to 14,000. These consisted of mostly unimportant nonsense. From her fast food order that day to live tweeting anime, she started to live on Twitter. These spans did nothing to hinder her growth. One of these trends amid the I'm a puppy post was frequent sympathy dating. She'd ask her audience if they were happy she was alive. This was the start of a very unhealthy relationship. Autumn came to rely on the site for comforts, a common but self-destructive mistake. There was one much stronger mistake. Autumn became known for fostering
I think this might be like a Human Tube redesign.
But that changed in early 2019. If you'll recall, Autumn used her character Tammy to discuss trans issues. Her comics with the couple almost always went viral. In fact, Tammy was so popular that she had her own accounts. But this proved controversial when her handling was called into question. That February, an account called Bee and Puppy Chan was created to argue she fetishized trans girls. They pointed out the character had little to no personality beyond acting childish and having big breasts. She was written to be extremely horny, referring to her girlfriend as a fleshlight. It was also strangely clarified that she didn't get bottom surgery. Though Autumn identified as trans, she was non-binary, not male at birth. This, again, came off as odd when posting things like Tammy's HRT timeline. The user wrote, going through Puppy Chan's art, and the thing that really gets me is her early art of Tammy does not feel fetishy at all. So it really seems like a recent development and just evolved to that. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I kind of think that all of this is just a nothing burger, but I digress. This backlash was quelled after Autumn messaged the creator to admit fault. She conceded that her handling of the character was inappropriate and vowed to do better. Regardless, accusations of discreet fetishism continued. If you thought that Autumn was permanently online before, it somehow got worse. That year, she tweeted 16,000 times. That is 20,000 in 2020. The internet blamed her
Ah.
to the point that her mother threatened to cut her off. This meant an uncomfortable level of openness. The artist openly shared videos of herself stimming, which included pretending to be a dog. Not only did she ask people to call her a puppy, but she posted videos of herself barking. The most famous example is a tweet showing her order from McDonald's with the caption, "Pups gotta eat." Pups gotta eat. The photo shows she ate 40 nuggets and 3 large fries. That's over 3,000 calories in one sitting. In addition to pinning Snoopy and Blue from Blue's Clues, Autumn also began age regressing, creating a Coke Sona called Blanky. It's a baby doll with a binky. Other things of note include a homemade fursuit that's just kind of creepy, and constant threats of self-harm. It was a cycle at this point. She'd overshare online, get into petty drama, sewer dates, and then pretend like nothing happened.
Hi everyone. I just wanted to say that you guys are really nice to me, and that I really don't deserve all this love. And so I'm just really emotional right now.
That petty drama, more often than not, concerns her art. In spite of previous concessions, it had become increasingly suggestive. The once varied body types were replaced with big breasts and thick thighs. It attracted many NSFW artists who were then chastised for interacting with a minor. But they came for a reason. Autumn deflected this observation with her age. She denied any undertones, implying even the claim that it was horny was inappropriate, but that changed behind closed doors. For trusted fans, she created a private account called Puppy Dancin' 69. There, Autumn openly fantasized about lactation, weight gain, and, diapers. Please, I want to be in a big, soft, poofy diaper and kissing my love. She even tweeted, Black Lives Matter diaper fur arts. Ladies and gentlemen, the West is saved. In June of 2020, an account called Tired of Puppy Chan was created to leak this info. recognition.
Okay,
They
I'm
called
back,
her
and
even called her a pedophile for being into diapers. The pressure caused Autumn to crack. Initially, she promised to improve and be more careful with handling her large following. Then she deleted the tweet and called her masturbating. Then she began privately ranting about how she had lost followers. This was enough for her to threaten ending herself. Please don't do this to me. I'm done. I'm really done. Leave me alone. You don't care. You want clout. The next day, she accused the troll of being racist. It's clear that, despite previous indications of criticism that wasn't welcome, she was willing to use her safety as a shield. Next time someone tries to call me out, I'll straight up myself for real. Her most cogent response throughout this time was to argue that the diaper art wasn't cool. Whether that's true or not, I'll leave up to you. Before I say this, I hate DDLG and baby first stuff. I think it's sexualizing infants and it's gross. I went through a lot of childhood trauma, such as my sister hitting me and being verbally mean to me, experiencing racism, and being bullied in school for my autistic behavior. All of this has messed me up as a child, and now what my brain does is think back to times when I was younger because it comforted me and made me feel safe. I'm into weird things like childhood things and also diapers, but it's safe for work. I feel comforted by these things due to my experience and trauma. On June 22nd, Autumn and the account owner had an argument in private. She questioned why they continued leaking screenshots when she deleted her NSFW. They pointed out her irresponsibility and suggested they leave and return at 18. She refused and sympathy baited every day for the next week. The critics surmised Puppy Chan will never change. Puppy Chan's last comments on the situation would be, "I'm not a bad person, I'm 17, mentally ill and autistic," with a narrative set and with fans sympathetic. The backlash slowly faded away as the account went inactive. But his tweets didn't last long and was instead preparation for what became her biggest enemy yet. In 2020, an animator named Antoon bought the entirety of Art Twitter. He had over 1.3 million subscribers, mostly from a series about cartoon characters on his deathbed. That summer, he began posting politically charged comments in line with artists like Stone Toss. He even started making a fighting game called Pill Fighter. This led him to gain over 10,000 followers, as well as face intense backlash. That set the stage for his eventual feud with Puppy Chan. On September 12th, Antoon began arguing in his replies. In rebuttal, he pointed out the user was trans and autistic. This led Autumn to quote tweet him, telling Anton to educate himself before spreading hate. Instead, he reposted the comic with Tammy with the caption, "This artist is educating me while living in a fantasy world." Autumn responded, "Oh, come on, Mr. Stone Toss ripoff. The comic actually touched people instead of your date comics, which only rely on shock value to purposely get a reaction out of people. Instead of being like pussy and screenshotting me, talk to me face to face. Square up." It was somewhat aggressive, but she excused by being on her period. Having assumed Autumn was biologically male, she asked how this was possible. This only led to more backlash, as he was asking a minor about their genitals. The public backed Puppy Chan, to the point that she broke 40K that day. In celebration, she got McDonald's. Meanwhile, Anton was berated to the point that he locked down his accounts. He didn't back down, though, immediately mocking her appearance. A few individuals on Twitter, claiming to be his more rabid fans, drew art of her being lynched and mutilated. Eventually, he went so far as to put her in his game. Her attacks include period blood, a horde of trans people, and diaper furs yum yum time. Things continued to escalate as more and more people got involved. That included YouTubers like Daphina, Prison Made Luke, Just Stop, and Izzy. Their coverage necessarily fixated on his initial fight with Autumn, of which she appeared sympathetic. This led her to reach far beyond Twitter artists, which was the catalyst for a new wave of popularity. I'm not going to go too much farther into that drama because it isn't very relevant, but after Daphina's video, the two seemed to make up after having a private conversation. She removed her from the game and even posted this drawing. But Daphne ended up leaking a screenshot of Anton planning to backstab her when she turned 18. His justification was that her biggest shield at the time was her being underage. Indeed, some of
Jesus
the
Christ.
arguments were a bit ridiculous. Many framed her persona as a direct representation of Autumn to argue that he drew NSFW of a minor. It was a way to dunk on him, even if it wasn't entirely fair. On November 20th, 2020, Autumn celebrated her 18th birthday. This is notable for several reasons. Autumn is painted her mother as beyond reason. For example, when she trapped an expensive Pokemon plushie for being demonic. Well, Puppy Chan entered a polycule under the Antoon drama. Her mom called it an illusion and told her to find God. In time, she realized Autumn was responsible for the demons inside their house. This led her to threaten to kick her out when she became an adult. But when the day came, it was never brought up again. In fact, shortly after, she wrote a letter to her mother about leaving Jehovah's Witnesses. This time, her mother respected her wishes completely. It's unclear exactly how oppressive she was, and if it was motivated by dogma or concern. Given how Autumn used the internet, most parents would intervene, but the threats of self-harm also led to wellness checks from cops, which exacerbated things. Even more relevant is that it exposed the drawback of using her age as an excuse. For as much as she'd used Twitter as a safe space, it became one for many young fans.
Well, I just wanted to say that you are loved and you are very, very valid in my eyes, and that I just love you so much. And if you ever feel alone, just know that I'm here and that I'm here to love you. Please stay safe and have a good day.
And this became apparent as her attitude changed entirely. Her vent account was rebranded into a public page for NSFW, and the art that she posted there was, pretty bad. There's several pieces of Tammy and Magna, which was questionable given previous controversy, but then there's Boar, big stomachs, and even her persona with comically large breasts. If this wasn't enough, she then began talking about how much she hated minors. It feels too uncomfortable having a community mostly made up of minors that look up to me. I don't like having to appeal to kids. I hate minors sometimes. I need to get out of this community of minors that's driving me crazy. Bear in mind, she'd only been 18 for 2 weeks, and was simultaneously tweeting about cookies and belly rubs. In response, a call-out was made accusing her of endangering minors. There had been no effort to weed out her previous followers. The user then highlights how suggestive her art was in general. Autumn atoned for this by promising to delete the account entirely. I know what has happened and I'm sorry about what I said. I'm glad this is being brought to my attention. It was my job to provide a safe space for minors and fail. I posted suggestions that were without the fault. But I will be here to say that it's not for good. Then she tweeted about trying to bleed out before deactivating. When the account came back, it had changed entirely. The username was now Pancake Swag, and she referred to herself as Mickey. This didn't last long, being reverted within hours. But it was the start of her attempts to rebrand. If this was to escape controversy, however, it didn't work, as she went on to lose over 5,000 followers. Things weren't any better in her personal life, with her relationship collapsing. Hazel, one of her girlfriends, was accused of trying to pressure minors into their polyfuel. In light of this, Hazel deleted everything and disappeared. Autumn never addressed this. She never had to, because on December 10th, she wrote, I decided to do it tomorrow at 10 p.m. when I get my phone back. Nobody can change my mind, and this is my final decision. Good night. I'll give my final goodbyes tomorrow. But she hadn't waited, and attempted to overdose on medication that night. Within minutes, a post was made begging the public for help. It paid off, as those who knew her stepped in and contacted authorities. Autumn was hospitalized, which ultimately saved her life. But this was taken seriously by her mother. They placed her into a psych ward, which she revealed before entering. In spite of all the controversy, people were still quite favorable to her. It had been a mistake, and she was clearly not in the right state of mind whatsoever. There was hope that the facility would be good for her, finally breaking the online addiction. A week later, she returned to Twitter after finishing her visits, and as you can guess, nothing changed. In January of 2021, her thread on Kiwi Farms was made public. It had been created almost a year prior, but only received attention after being released. It was moved to the art house section as discussion largely pertained to her degrading art. Her work had significantly decreased in quality in a way that was almost puzzling. The line art and coloring became sloppy. Her cohesive palettes were replaced with dry, desaturated hues, and it lacked the same attention to detail that once permeated through her work. Everything that made her art so appealing was gone. Take this character, a Cerberus girl she designed. The fur, shading, and especially clothes are very well thought out. This is what they became. Boring, flat outfits, and the same body type as their other characters. But the best examples are the redraws of her old panty and stocking fan art. The earlier version shows a grasp on volume and perspective. Look at how the smoke rises from her gun, or how Stocking's hair blows in the wind. The latter completely ignores the smoke. Her hair overlaps incorrectly, and there's artifacting around all the colors because she used the fill tool. She used to experiment and put more time into each piece, but as time went on, this decline only worsened as she ignored more and more fundamentals. I mean, why wouldn't she? The audience didn't care. They were just coomers. Not only that, but she continued to grow with each piece being shared by thousands, if not tens of thousands. Her art had never been particularly original. I mean, what got her success in the first place were anime girls as furries. But the thread noticed just how many of her so-called original characters were thinly veiled ripoffs. None of her followers noticed. When she started a webcomic, it was borderline unreadable. Yet the comments insisted it was amazing. Even when being called out for tracing, which they usually consider a grave sin, she was defended. They no doubt had a hand in coddling Autumn, but it's truly hard to blame them. When any criticism becomes a risk to her well-being, it's only natural to be averse. Over the years, she amassed 80,000 followers, and as her audience grew, so did the dissent. It's worth noting at this point that Kiwi Farms really was the premier place for documenting this stuff. And to this day, it's where a lot of the information about Autumn remains. On July 22nd, a call-out post was made for something Autumn said in 2020. She had proclaimed her love for transbian, oncysbian, or NBN.
This was once again viewed as fetishization. In the replies, they also called her out for using a reaction image that reads, "Ah, sweet, a schizo meltdown." They argued that the term schizo was ableist. It would take time for Autumn to address this. That's because 3 hours later, she revealed someone had contacted her family. "I can't believe I have to f***ing say this, but don't ever f***ing message my family on Facebook. You people have no boundaries. Like, tracking down my sister and telling her I posted something on my NSFW account is literally going too far, man. What is wrong with you people? You think sending my sister a link on Facebook and telling her I'm posting titty pics is okay? You people are going too far." It was only after that she addressed the criticisms on her private accounts. First, she claimed to not fetishize trans girls. This, in spite of the day before writing, "Trans bush bull girl with a massive bulge, but she's also very submissive." Dude, we're in too far. Next, she apologized profusely for posting the Peter Griffin meme before claiming to also suffer from schizophrenia herself. "I know I shouldn't make that joke. It was shitty, and now I realize it was hurtful. Like, I'm so fucking sorry. I suffer from these mental illnesses too. So does my family." She elaborates that she hallucinated demons and had even been possessed by one. She reveals a vision in which she was an angel and watched the world end. She continues, "This is destiny. I am a martyr. I believe angels and demons are very real. To tell you the truth, I'm scared of my future. But I realize I do not have one. This is perfect."
Okay, I was just quickly doing something great.
Where I mostly stay in bed. I can move, but then I have to instantly lay or sit down. And I can't eat food anymore except liquids. The truth is, my health has been declining rapidly, but I didn't want to tell anyone because I don't want to worry or upset anyone. That's why I haven't really drawn anything except repost artwork. I am slowly dying. This was revealed to be diabetes. There was not a single month after this that Autumn didn't find herself in controversy. People continued trying to make the trans misogyny claim stick, but it just didn't. The more compelling argument was her use of the platform. In August, she claimed to have developed PTSD from being harassed online. "I've been dealing with harassment since I was 16. It was so bad it gave me post-traumatic stress disorder. I used to break down every day and apologize over the most minuscule shits. Now, I don't give a shit anymore." In spite of this, the breakdowns only became more frequent to increasing scrutiny. They came across as manipulative, especially given how she ignored anyone who advised her to take a break. The criticisms of her suggestive art didn't end either. People began comparing it to often derided Twitter body type, as many artists drew characters the same exact way. Autumn disputed this by calling critics entitled and comparing it to her own appearance. "I draw my characters with big chest and thighs because that's my body type, and I'm tired of other people on here thinking those body types are Twitter artist things. People like that exist. We're not fictional creatures, and acting like you're better than any other artist for not drawing like that is annoying." I'm just gonna go and say that, no. She does not have the same body type as her characters. It was a thinly veiled excuse to capitalize off of horny people, which frankly she admitted herself. "I like capitalizing off of horny people. My suggestive puppy art gets more likes and comments, and my NSFW stuff does super well. That account keeps growing. Sheesh. I had 8K 2 months ago, and now I have almost 23K.
Not long after that, she posted an image asking people what her artist trademark was. Most of the replies were positive, though one user commented, blatantly fetishistic proportions. She quote tweeted this, locked her account, and yeah. Her response to even the slightest amount of backlash was getting worse. For how long she'd been on the site, Autumn was incompetent. It's bizarre just how she regressed as a whole.
I'm very much bored now.
Now she's boring, derivative Coomer babe. Instead of welcoming criticism, she doubled down in a way that ensured people wouldn't call it out. But at the very least, she hadn't weaponized her audience, right? The influx of growth had gotten to Autumn's head, basking in her popularity. That included bragging about every single notable person who followed her. She even gloated about all of the creators who defended her during the Antunes drama. Her well-being began to depend not just on positive reinforcements, but attention. It was obsessive, with outbursts coming from her art not receiving enough likes. On November 15th, she designed a female e-girl version of Garfield. It was to widespread acclaim. Many artists began posting their own interpretations, with Gothfield becoming a meme. While initially flattered by Gothfield's popularity, she began to resent it as the character escaped her grasp. The fan art started to surpass her own interactions, and people stopped recognizing her as the creator. She would express this in an interview when We Got This Covered. I feel honored by this all, the artist said of the popularity of the meme. Puppy Chan went on to explain that they were excited at first, with so many people participating in the fun and friends messaging them to joke about it. I was just like, wow, I just created the worst thing ever. People like it. However, the artist went on to say that they felt a little sad because a lot of bigger people were getting in on the meme without being aware I created it. It hurt a little, but that's okay. This led to a campaign in which she leveraged her audience to pressure others for recognition. In fact, the only reason she got interviewed was because she said he covered it before. They did not credit her, but she was very clear. The news article didn't even credit my art or said I created it. I'm worthless. I like how even when I start something, I'm overshadowed and ignored by big artists. I see why others hate y'all. Y'all and your clicks. But a more blatant example was her feud with Cannabis Junkie. On October 12th, a call-out post was made accusing the user of calling Autumn a racial slur. In response, she called for them to be suspended. Her followers rushed to not only mass report them, but attack the alleged racist. The only problem is that the screenshot wasn't real. Cannabis clarified the caps were fake, and the accuser immediately deactivated. This led Autumn to delete her quote tweets. But rather than apologize, she doubled down. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore that. Calling me racial slurs and misgendering me makes you a massive fucking loser. You probably smell like cheese. It would take over 3 weeks for her to admit fault, only doing so after the Target made a video about the ordeal. They revealed her audience was doxxed and even attempted to hack them. Finally, she acknowledged the tweets were fake and disavowed the actions of fans. But she unintentionally admitted to knowing the truth within hours. Okay, so apparently someone sent me a fake tweet of someone saying something about me. I failed to check to see if the tweet was fake or not. When someone pointed it out to me that it was fake, I deleted the tweet. Canada rejected this apology, viewing it as inadequate and insincere. They argued it was all an attempt to have the video
Yeah, I
taken down.
know you're the only person here by someone else.
And went on to guilt trip others,
Hmm.
proving my point the video was true. And then she proceeded to delete the account and responded with, I'm fine, when someone asked if you were okay an hour later. You are not sorry. You tried to make me look like the bad guy with these tweets. This was proven on her private account just 2 days after. Me, talks about getting harassed. These people, suck it up. Someone, my stupid followers did something to them. These people, poor baby, don't let the evil puppy champ get to you. Autumn eventually made a second longer apology, which still left much to be desired. Half of it is spent explaining things that happened to them for sympathy. It was, again, not accepted. The conflict only fizzled out because Cannabis themselves began to self-implode. They started to make bizarre claims, such as claiming her fanbase had stolen their grandma's credit card. Yes, really. But regardless, how Autumn handled this was completely irresponsible. The feud had been completely fabricated, yet it took a PR risk for her to actually take responsibility. It was a symptom of her platform's increased weaponization. Autumn
You made prepaid the new contract? Tello Mobile keeps it flexible. Go for the unlimited plan for just $25 a month.
Autumn now interacted with every single person who disliked her as a method of silencing critics. It was usually implied, though sometimes explicit, and everything was off limits. Even the legendary Pups Gotta Eat meal was spun to have an empathetic deflection. I had a really bad eating disorder because I was in an extremely depressive state to the point where I would eat a lot. It's not healthy. I still struggle with eating issues, and turning it into one big ha-ha meme is just insulting. Now I don't even eat as much anymore, and I even forget to eat sometimes. You can hate on me and tell me all you want, but turning my ED into a meme is quite
We
dumb.
both are.
I'm just gonna say that she definitely ordered those 3 large fries on purpose. When she first posted this, it was an accident. No, you wanted those fries. You definitely wanted
Hmm. Hmm. Let's think about it. He is cat-like and no one can stop me. Okay. Cha-cha-cha-cha.
5 different therapists.
So
The matter
boring.
of validity, the void was now fully replaced with Twitter. That fall, she began ideating over the date of November 22nd. It was her late father's birthday. He passed away when she was young. Autumn began talking about how she missed him and planned on joining him. Not only that, but she alleged to have been assaulted during her visit to the psych ward. I'm shaking. This is heavy, I know. But one of my hospital visits, the staff did something to me. I don't remember because I was asleep. After that, my breast started growing. I started to produce milk and would miss my periods, but I would still get cramps. I think I was pregnant at one point, but it's gone. And I don't know. This is why I'm even scared of men in light of it being a virgin. I've been assaulted a lot, and I wanted to tell people that I was a virgin so they could be interested in me. Under the belief that she began mourning her lost child and asked fans to call her Mama Pup. This info was then made public as a defense against her love for diapers. When I was 17, I started to age regress due to my traumatic past. I did it against my will because that's how I was coping with my trauma.
What to
Only when
draw?
don't spread violence I wanted to so badly. I was assaulted in the
I haven't
psych
gotten
ward
one of
by
the
my son.
optics before yet, so.
Well, it's a trauma response. This is despite her visit occurring in December of 2020, an entire year after. It was now November 21st, 2021. At 4:15 in the afternoon, she began tweeting, "Tomorrow is the 22nd. Everything is getting worse now. I'm trying to mind my own business. I lived till my birthday. That's enough. I'm done with life and everything. And going to a psych ward won't help because I was there. Therapy doesn't help because my own therapist leaves me. I'm done. I lost my child, my dad, my grandparents, my favorite people, my girlfriends. I lost hope for everything. I'm not going to say goodbye and then come back. Nobody's going to leave me alone until I actually do it. I can't even go on break without people contacting my family. Nobody understands the pain and suffering I went through." Then she started making threats. First,
Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, explain kitchens. I'm not fully sure, sweetie. I literally have nothing there to. I am so sorry if you were seeing this. Just tired. Sweetie, you know we can't play 24/7. You know this. Sweetie, please. I really need to draw my other OCs. I know. If you want to, you can do that. I'm just very tired.
Your friend, Captain Marvel, is walking up and down our living room.
Excuse the fuck at all.
Captain Marvel?
So once again, we all like itty bitty kittens, and we also like explosions. Welcome back to Exploding Kittens. Dude, like I said before, this is one of the best card games I've ever played. We explain all the rules as we...
Does anyone have any requests? Cause stumped.
People still keep asking me what I look like. pretty big channel with almost 200,000 subscribers. I'll be honest, I don't personally watch her videos, and whenever I do, she's in this video, she made a huge tower of a burger. It was really thick.
I got, oh yeah, right, it's on your profile picture.
Well, hello. How can I help you? I'm a butter, of course.
Such a wholesome person. I always see her commenting on my videos, which is the first video to include her in. At the moment of recording this,
I guess this is everything, so
let's help her
bye.
reach 2,000. It would really mean a lot